Audrey. How's it going? Good. I'm doing good. Yeah, it's been a stressful week, but here we are. Weekend. How about you? How's it going? Have any plans for the weekend? Today we'll talk a little bit about the industries. Someone asked me regarding how to switch from movies to game. So I'll answer that and we'll dig a little bit and then maybe jump into animating a little bit. Bay Cove. Hello. Yes, I am Indian. Sorry to hear that. Was hopefully better. Oh, thanks, Audrey. Yeah, I hope so. One of those days at work. I'm in Toronto. It's Ontario, Canada. Are you an animator, Audrey? Oh, you're from Canada? No way. Ontario? I mean Toronto? Toronto! Yes! We're in Toronto. I actually live very close to... I mean, you know Liberty Village? You're a concept artist. Oh, you're curious, so you're here. Oh, thanks, Audrey. North York. Okay, that's further away from me. Cool. Yeah, I'm more close to the downtown and close to the water. Yeah, it's a pretty good place here. I moved from downtown to Liberty, so I moved to west side. Yeah. Right, let me share. There you go. Yes, I do have a good view. I do. No, I'm not from Punjab. I do have a I see the sunset from my right. So yeah, but I don't see the CN Tower. CN Tower is to the other side. I'm not towards the north. I wish I can see because I'm on the 14th floor. Hold up, did I just... Hey, Stu! How long are you streaming today? It's a 2-hour stream. I'm not sure what I'm doing today. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the industry and maybe like start a new shot. So we'll see. How's it going, Stu? How's your weekend? You're jealous. You should totally move to like west side, Liberty Village. What previs are we going to do now? Greetings from Mexico. Hello, Bernie. Greetings from Toronto. We are not doing previs. Does the title say previs? Well, sorry, I can't stay long. I need to get groceries. Totally been putting it off. No worries, Stu. Happy groceries. Yeah, I'll catch up with you later. Hey, JD. Yes, I am. I am indeed in Toronto. Alright, let me pull up. Take notes. Can we increase the font size? Yeah, that's gonna be tiny. Oh, it doesn't say. Yeah, so we're not doing previs. I'll be talking a little bit about the animation industry. You guys can ask me any questions like how is a day in a life of a game animator, or how did you get to... So there was one person that sent me a question. I will actually put that... Yeah. Okay. I think it's good to copy this. All right, this is the question someone asked me, saying that I'm finishing up with the he's finishing up as the time as an animator at Sony Imageworks and would like to transition to the game industry. I was hoping to ask how the opportunity came about for you, if you had an advice that could help. So yeah, so today we'll pretty much just talk a little bit about how the transition and good and bad sides of industries, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. But today it's a bit casual, and then I'll jump into like a shot and then probably set up a shot or do something. But yeah, I don't have any like an actual notes prepared. Yeah, taking it pretty light this week. I'm working on a previous from Maya Autodesk to Unity setup, and I'm very interested to go into the industry with a nice demo. That's cool. So are you like from CG Spectrum, or are you like, because this is like a school thing I'm doing. If you're, but as far as I know, you guys use too much Unreal, isn't it? I think so. The school uses a lot of Unreal. In animators, we use Blender or Maya, but I guess most of all my students use Maya, so yeah. And then what else can we dive into. Shoot me questions. What kind of questions do you guys want me to talk about? Anything? Oh god. Or not in the school, but it got my attention. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Brittany. Sure. Yeah, we talk a lot about animation, so shoot me any questions and I can answer your previous questions for sure. Snap. Okay, I do have a question. I've noticed that most previous houses do that. The previous, but say a live action movie like Planet of Apes. Or an animated movie like Kung Fu Panda, where does the polish animation take place? So you're talking about the polish animation is pretty much like animators do it. So the previous, you guys are not involved in the animation process. You're more involved in the setting up the camera, like all the fun stuff where you're actually getting all the setup right. And then the animators will come in and then they would try to like refine the mocap animation or put in the keyframe and try to polish the animation. So that's where the polish comes from. If I answer your question, JD. Because previs and polish animation is way too further away. So previs is like the first start, like how do you set up a camera? How do you align like what shot after what shot? And you still like make the characters kind of move around, but they're not doing really detailed animation. And the polish is like in the end where the animator jumps in, takes the shot to blocking, then the first pass, which is like in progress IP, and then we do second pass, third pass, till we go to the polish stage. So that's like in the end. Also, I know there has to be previous look dev for the video game version, part of a big pipeline as far as I know. It's like Animatic the previous. Yes, so there are two. So the previous for the movies is different from the previous from the industry, like the game industry. So the previous in game industry, basically we have more on the cinematic side. So yeah, like basically they will put the characters in there, move them around. And let me actually pull an example. I guess let me do my wording. Does the polish animation typically stay in the studio that sets up the previs, or does the polish animation get outsourced from you have experience? That's a good question, JD. Yes, it does get outsourced. Some studios do their previs and the polish animation, everything in-house, and some does it out. So, for example, there's this studio called Third Floor. I mean, I'm not really well aware of like the studios in Canada because I've been here for pretty short time, but I'm well aware of the studios in hold up, let me Third floor. Third floor. My work area. I'm a cinematics game animator. What I do? So this studio called Third Floor, it's in LA, and this is the studio that actually does completely previs, and their shots gets outsourced. So I mean, not all, I'm not sure, but for the most part, most of their shots, like they do a lot of previs stuff. The title of your job sounds awesome. Oh, thanks, Audrey. Yeah, so this is a studio that, like, what you're seeing right now, everything is like previs stuff. There's no renders, there's no stuff, so like, and even the polish goes to some other studio. But pretty much they are well aware of the cameras, well aware of the framing of the shots and the dynamics of like when the shot after what shot after shot and like the whole fight sequence. So yeah, this is all previs. Like it's very low poly rigs. They don't even use like that high quality rigs because they're basically getting just an idea of like where things are. Yeah, this look very, because they're representing their studio, but I kind of highly recommend the previous artist to do some animation, like do put some like slight animation. You don't want them to be walking with a T pose or like just, or like with no posing, just like translating in the scene, right? So yeah, this is because they kind of pretty much showing the world that what the studio is capable of. So that's why they got like almost the final of the previous. So yeah. Oh, Third Floor is in Canada as well. Cool. Yeah, this is, let's see if they have any real. This is for commercials. Reality. Theme parks. Yeah, I've seen that they do a lot of theme parks too. Previous is very important because you just want to know what's happening. Like how the shot is gonna get planned before you say yes, because previous is almost like a blueprint of a building, right? Like I mean storyboards we say, but like in the 3D world, almost you need to know like where things are, like a blueprint of where you want the couch to be, where you want the table to be. So yeah, it's very, very important. Let's see if we can play games. All right, let's music. Let me know if you guys can hear.
Stuck in a cage and I'm ready to break out. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. This time, like the last time, you better get ready to race to the top. I'm ready to do this, show you what the truth is. I step on the field, it's time to get real. I'm feeling so ruthless. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down, hand over my crown, hand over my heart. I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. We're reaching the top, we're reaching the top. We know what it takes to be reaching the top. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. My town, my crown, we know what it takes to be reaching the top. We're reaching the top, we're reaching the top. We know what it takes to be reaching the top. Lower the lights down, hand over my crown, hand over my heart. I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. Turning the track up, I'm never going back down. Hand over my heart, I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop.
Hey, pretty cool, right? Question: the minimum time, a minute or less. You mean for the demo reel, Bruni? With my PC power, I only have previous for now. Oh, I mean, there's nothing wrong in doing previous because this is pretty much you need to visualize the shot. Make me want to do animation. I know, right? They made a really good edit. Let's see what things we kinda. Yeah, they're like they don't have facial expressions. Basically, you're visualizing a shot before the animator, right? Especially the shots that need um like this shots where like a big fight scenes or action shots. Yeah, so the is this shot or this. Like we can say, oh, the drone is gonna come, and then like in the storyboards you see it, but you want to visualize it. So yeah, that's what pretty much the third floor does. It brings your visualization come true. Let me answer. I think JD was asking. Oh yeah, I did answer that they do outsource. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Sebastian. Yes, it is in a way kind of cinematography because they do need to know a lot of camera knowledge about it, how to like frame a shot, and what shot after what. So it's very very important. And overall, they have the storyboard artist and the visualizing artist, like the previous, they both have to have the similar kind of take on it because they're kind of picturing the entire movie way before anybody else does. So yeah, a good point. Right, so sometimes you guys can like include kind of like effects or stuff as well, like basic ones, and then see how it works, like whatever shot you like plan out like a scene where it's like how animators we think about a shot, right? When we are planning out, I'm doing a two-person dialogue, so where are these two people and what are they talking about? So as a previs, you pretty much will think exactly the same way. um like how am I gonna set this scene and then make this dynamic or like an action shot and um, be do all the previews for that and present it to the studios or to the recruiters and say that I am good with the camera cuts and I'm good with like staging the character and how to use the surroundings, the environments and stuff. And yeah, the like staging is very, very, very important for a previous artist. Um, you're welcome, JD. I mean, at the end of the day, a good layout can make a good shoot into a better one. Agreed. Great. I mean, the framing, go for it, I guess mostly the yeah, the framing and like the staging. Those are the two key yeah. Right, you need to know like the focal points. You need to know depth of field, where to use it, how to emphasize the shot, like how to make this more scarier. Like probably the director would be like, "Oh, he looks out of the window. The monster is looking behind the window." And like, how can you make this more scalable that it is scarier, right? So, yeah, in a way, previous artists are key. Hey Jeffy! Vibing in this economy. You're watching some stuff, some previous stuff. How's your weekend, Jeffy? Good. Oh, they used the they used that shit. Don't mind me, just gonna lurk while I go out and do stuff. No worries, thanks for the lurk, Jeffy. Did you say ma'am? Cool. See you later, Jeffy. It's a cool one, right? I like this one. This is like more for the film. The other one we saw was like more game related. Yeah, I heard that they did have a pretty fair amount of work on Avengers. Yeah, because especially like this shot, you cannot imagine like an actor acting out and like so a previous artist only can visualize this. How you gonna make this as awesome looking as possible, showing her powers. So yeah, and even that one, see like the way majestic, like that huge beast. So you need to like know about the staging, how you're gonna make this, and what is the shot right after this and before this, before you come to the shot. So everything is very important. The elements, the staging, the color grading, even that is very important sometimes, because you are kind of like making the shot pretty much like visible to the director what his thoughts are, so you're kind of bringing that life. So put some textures if possible, like if there is blood then red or something. Yeah, you can actually, you guys can use even like mocap data online available, and then I use that. The best shots for a previs to put in your demo reel would be like a fight scene, a chase scene, a car chase scene, or a creature or a monster chasing, anything that looks bigger than life, which you can't really see in real life. Those are the things would like make more sense, like this bigger than life kind of thing. um like write, sketch out your storyline and make sure that what are the things that you wanted to include in that. And yeah, I hope that answers. uh what else? Okay, so to answer this guy's question, um how the opportunity came about, for me, from gaming is from film to game. Basically, I finished up my internship at Pixar Animation Studios. I was waiting around working for a bunch of like other films, indie films and stuff, like taking freelance here and there, um just to like get experience, like how, like I was even kind of doing, it's not a previs but pretty much kind of like an in between. I was um framing the shots and animating both at the same time, so kind of doing previs and animation. So during that time I was kind of applying everywhere else, and happens to be that Sony PlayStation studios reached out to me and said that, do you want to work for games? I was not really keen in working for games. I was like, I could give it a try, but I don't have any knowledge about game animation. I'm very keyframe based and stuff. So like if you have to make me do like engine stuff or stuff, I can learn, but yeah, I don't have at the moment that experience. And then they immediately said, oh, you don't need to have a gaming engine experience because we do everything in Maya. It's cinematics. I was like, oh, there are, because I used to not play games, so I really don't know like what the cinematics means from the gameplay. I know there are cutscenes. So when I got the job, that was the first opportunity I got in the game industry to work on Uncharted 4 Thief's End. And yeah, ever since I really liked it, and I thought I would just stick to animation. So in short, my transition from film to game was take any opportunity comes your way and try it out. If you like, you stick with it. If you really don't like it, then move on and search for your interest that really that you enjoy. So yeah, guess what if like I go into game and then I really don't like it, I didn't like it, then probably I would hate being in the game, but luckily I liked it. And how was the Pixar internship? Do you ever plan to do film again in the future? That's a good question. Um, maybe not. I cannot answer that. At the moment, no, for sure. But maybe in the future, I can keep it kind of open. Um, we'll see. Oh, thank you. Brendan. How was the Pixar internship? The Pixar internship was good. Um, it was my first experience in the industry right after the school, so it was pretty intense. Like I was like, I am excited at the same time terrified that if I make any mistakes, like, but that's a part of the internship, right? You are there, that they hired you basically for your knowledge, like you're capable of like fitting into their style, what they're trying to. So they like my acting choices, they like my ideas, what I put in my demo reel, I guess. So they pick me, and the whole internship is basically they're trying to say, this is our studio, this is our history of the studio. We are trying to build animators to help us. Yeah, like a potential one, right? And yeah, they pretty much showcase everything and train us. And unfortunately, during that time and the period after that, I think the two internship batch animators were laid off. Everybody, especially because around that time, Good Dinosaur has been. I think the internship before me and my people, I guess, they both have both the teams have been laid off, especially because the Good Dinosaur has been pushed back and they don't have any work, and it's not the right time to hire people because once you hire them, you gotta pay them, right? So yeah, they wanted to let go of us and then bring us back again, but I moved on to game side, so yeah, I didn't take it. But overall, the Pixar internship was good. I learned a lot, especially I like the way they think, the stories, and um, yeah, basically. But I did have a fair amount of bad experience at Pixar, so I wouldn't say it's everything is great, but there's like that one person that can make my experience terrible, right? So yeah, I would say like don't dream about big studios, that everything you dream can sometimes cannot be the same. So try to go with more open-minded, where you're there as a studio, and if the studio is supportive to your dreams and you have a growth there, you stick. If not, you always respect yourself as an artist and get out of the place and go to a place that actually respects you and your talent. Ever plan to? By the way, do you have the reel that got you to the internship? Yes, I do. That is my type, and I have animation reel and the cinematics, because these two are two different, and I needed to differentiate, because if I submit this reel to Pixar, they wouldn't hire me. If I submit Pixar reel to them game, likely chances of actually they saw this and they hired me. So the other way around, you wouldn't be get hired because the game industry definitely is open to have more keyframe and game knowledge. It differs from studio to studio though again. But the keyframe animation studios like Pixar, Disney, or any other like DreamWorks, they really want to see keyframe stuff because they don't have the luxury of cat. Good advice lecture. Yo, well. Wait, how come you're saying Electro being on the YouTube? In very truth, we definitely have to take care of. Yes. All right, so let me go ahead and play this one, you guys.
Normal guys? No, no guys.
Hold up.
I don't know. Guys weren't into this. It was tough.
I'm gonna play again. I'm gonna play again.
It's, you know, it's a bit embarrassing, don't you think?
Normal guys? No, no guys. I don't know. Guys weren't into this. It was tough.
It's, you know, it's a bit embarrassing, don't you think?
You know, you got a good sense of humor. You actually do.
Hey, thanks. I don't need you to tell me that.
Yeah, this shot actually got me into internship.
I know regulations. I wrote half of them.
And this was
First
my shot
shot.
in the demo reel as well.
Sounded like a firecracker. I looked over and I saw him. I could tell he was hit. Don't know why I didn't react.
Hey. It.
Normal guys? No, no guys. I don't know. Guys weren't.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we have game stuff. You like the acting? Awesome. Thanks, Sebastian. Rhino is the most adorable thing. I know that shot actually took me really.
It was tough. Normal guys? No,
I spent
no
very
guys.
less time on that. It was very quick.
It was tough.
Especially like, you know, there
I
is
don't
like
know.
not
Guys weren't into this. It was tough.
Trixie can't do much.
No guys. I don't know. Guys
And I
weren't
had
into
to
this.
like
It
do
was tough.
all that like head like acting choices about that head shake and kind of using the paw to like use as a hand because it's a very stiff, it's a toy, right? And it's a very hard toy, so you kind of need to give that personality to Trixie.
It's a bit embarrassing, don't you think?
No, guys. I don't know. Guys weren't into this. It was tough.
Well, it's kind of similar to Raina
No,
though.
guys.
I work directly with.
Guys weren't into
So, oh, thanks, Shady.
It's, you know, it's a bit embarrassing, don't you think?
You know, you got a good sense of humor.
Yeah, this is the main shot that it's like you need to have that one key shot in your demo reel that will get you any job because they pretty much know that you, and it's good to like let them know how much time you spend on each shot and what and
First shot.
like what kind of
sounded like a
voices are you
firecracker.
going for. That's what they're gonna
I looked over and I saw him. I could
pretty
tell
much
he was hit.
like yeah, because this shot has a lot of thought process.
Don't know why I didn't react.
And it's very hard to do in animation especially, and because if the character is not moving, then what are they doing with their eyes when they're like zoning out and things like that. So yeah, that shot pretty much like says that. And then this took me like a week, like probably like
It's a bit
2 days.
embarrassing, don't you think?
That was like pretty, I felt like this was like very naturally, like I didn't even have any reference for this. It's just like kind of
Normal guys? No.
eyeballed it, like just like whoop, move it, do this. It's a simple move, like, and then kind of project forward. So that's like 3 steps, and then I'm done.
Don't you think?
And some like I have to like shoot some references. For this I shot a lot of references.
You actually do.
Thanks. I don't need you to tell me that.
Yeah, she's so she's like this guy and he's pretty shy, so he's like not turning towards her.
You actually do.
Thanks.
When she kind of gave her a compliment, then like he kind of projects himself and like turns completely towards her, saying that, "Oh, you like thanks for that."
You know, you got a good sense of humor. You actually do.
Thanks. I don't need you to tell me that.
Yeah. She's very cute. The most different stuff. Most difficult stuff, or
First
one of
shot.
the most.
Sound like a firecracker.
Are you asking me the most difficult stuff?
I don't know why I didn't react.
Do you have any mentoring for the 2-character shot? Yes, I do have a mentoring for my 2-character shot, and I have a mentor from Pixar Animation Studios called Mike Makarowicz, and he's the one that actually helped me through my demo reel and like guiding me through it. So yes, I do have guidance for sure. I wouldn't have done that without him.
You know, it's a bit embarrassing, don't you think?
Yeah.
You know, you got a good sense of humor.
Do you have a genre? The man is really well done. That the coffee calm are my 2 favorite. Yay, those are my actual 2 shots, JD. Like those 2 shots actually got me into internship. So yeah, your 2 favorite shots. I mean that showing some thought process is really hard. Right, Sebastian. How do you know when your reel is ready to try applying? That's a good question. So, like you kind of want to reach out to the people that are in the industry, because sometimes not sometimes, most of the time, the people that are in the industry okay, so the people mostly in the industry have really good eye for everything, right? Like how a shot. Like for example, when before I got into the internship, I really don't have the eye for like what's going on wrong, what's not working. I used to like blindly follow my instructor because he's been in the industry for so long. He's been getting guidance from like Pete Doctor, other animators like at Pixar, and always like training his eye to see what is good animation, what is bad animation, right? So I rely on the people that are more experienced because they let me know what's working, not working. Then if they feel like my shot is in a good place, I kind of know. Or if you don't have that guidance, or if you're working on yourself, then I would say try to look into your shots and see that are you making every character move? Like are the characters looking natural? For example, if you're animating, let's say like over there. So when you say over there, you're kind of turning your hand and turning your head, but is your left hand doing anything else? So is it just like relaxed? Are you keeping some keep alive? So everything you need to consider, right? So you go ahead and make notes on your own and like a checklist. Is the character alive? Is the character completely like moving every part of the body, or is it just like robotically just moving? And then you see whether the character is fitting in the scene and everything. Like make a checklist and then try to like see before you feel like I'm in a good spot. If you feel, then you go ahead and like look at all the checklists and keep like striking each and every one of them. Yeah, then that will be a good one. But I would suggest to get a little bit of feedback from the people in the industry, or someone that is you think that is better than you, or good animators or something. So that really helps, because you need that second eye just to like, the more we look at the shot, it's not that you're a bad animator that you're getting help. It's more like you just get tired of looking at the same thing and you forget to see what's happening there. happens to everybody, not just junior, mid-level animators, even a senior animator, they go through this thing. That's the reason all the animators at Pixar, they try to like listen to Pete Doctor. It's not because they are bad animators, they are going to get like feedback. It's more so they've been seeing that shot for like hours together and they just need a fresh eye. They're like, let's ask some feedback if other people are seeing something that I'm not seeing. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I used my mentor. But I kind of like designed and staged this character completely from start to finish. So yeah, they like that part you do it, and then the final part you go and ask a third party. Yeah. And this is a game reel. Oh my.
It is as much yours as it is mine. Who knows? Perhaps one day you'll be able to finish what she started.
This is for Uncharted Thieves' End.
Who knows? Perhaps one day you'll be able to finish what she started.
Yeah, so, we're off the hook, right?
I'll handle the police. You found your way in. I trust you can see yourself out.
Okay. All right. Let's try this again. We'll still need these.
Hey! Hey, Sully, I got him.
Where are you?
Right here.
Nathan, come on. Huh? Look around. Okay? Avery scuttled every last ship on this island. You know why?
Because he was hell-bent on keeping his treasure,
Exactly.
no matter the cost to
Thanks,
the others
JD.
around him.
Because he didn't want anyone to follow him. Because he was leaving. Look at this. Oh. Quite the crow's nest, huh? There it is. Just on the other side of the river. Now, what do you say we go? Rob from the rich, huh?
Just yeah, so that's about it. Thanks, Sebastian. Good acting choice when he turns to her with his body and gets compliments. Yeah, that's like natural, right? Any like whenever we are interested in someone, it's actually like that's the body language. Signs of it is when you're not interested in someone, you try to like kind of closed off. Like either you cover your hands, try to like turn because like you're not really sure about that person, you're not. But like the more and more you talk, and then it seems like they just like say something, compliment you or stuff, and then you get more confident. Then you just like turn towards them and be like, okay, this is me. That means like you're more kind of welcoming them to be like, okay, talk to me more or something. So yeah. The older lady in the chair, the subtle hand and face work. Oh, thanks, Judy. Yeah, that was like my complex shot. I really, really spent a lot of time on that, and yeah, it really came along. Let me see if I can. This the YouTube always like whenever I pause, it just like covers up everything. So cool! What a game! So I meant that showing some thought process is really hard. Yes, definitely.
as much yours as it is mine. Who knows?
Yeah, especially the
Perhaps one
cigarette,
day
like you
you'll
have
be
to
able
constrain
finish
it to
what she
her.
started.
And then the way she puts off her cigarette
so,
and then puts her arms
we're
and
off the
gets
hook, right?
off.
I'll handle
Nothing
the
is here.
business.
Like, nothing is here.
You found your way in. I trust you can see yourself out.
Like, you see there is like a lot of difference in animation. Like, you need to put that gestures where you
I
smile,
trust you can see yourself out.
and then the head angle.
I trust you can see yourself out.
Okay. All right. Let's try this again. We'll still need these.
How do you know when your reel is short? I think somewhere I read.
Hey, Sully,
Do
I got
most
him.
game studios use mocap?
Right here.
Do most studios use mocap? I can't speak about most, but
Huh? Look around.
at least the studios that I was, they did.
Scuttled
They did
every last
definitely.
ship on this island.
My favorite
why?
video game series. Oh,
Because he was
thank
hell-bent
you.
on keeping his treasure,
Exactly.
no matter the
Thank
cost
you.
to the others around him.
Because he didn't want anyone to follow him. Because he was leaving. Look at this.
Oh. Quite the crow's nest, huh?
There it is. Just on the other side of the river.
Now, what do you say we go? Rob from the rich, huh?
Yep. There it is. And then I do this a bit on my demo reel where like I kind of do a shot breakdown on my website. Like what are the shots I worked and what is on my character reel and my game reel, just to give them a good idea. In my resume and put some illustrations or stuff. Yeah, and like some storyboards. And I told like I was a traditional artist before this, so like some traditional stuff. And then some press releases. Oh yeah, this is like Pixar. That's Pixar inside. Let me make like another video where like I can share some details about it furthermore. I can show some my intern friends who actually worked with me and what kind of stuff we have to do. So I'll make another one probably next week. So I'll save that for later. Nice to see you, raw mocap footage. Yes, you would see like how it went from that raw footage to like polishy, right? All right, what do we do? We have another hour. Somehow feel exhausted. Um, That's why I was surprised you mentioned Canada. I thought you were based in San Fran. Oh, I used to be in San Fran, but I moved here 2 years ago from States. Canada is cold, especially coming from California. What do I do? What do I do? I actually found some good acting stuff online, and I want to see if I can like grab something and animate. So some of these shots, like you know when people like do their acting reels to submit to like to get an acting gig or stuff, those are actually really good because they don't have like how do you say, background sound or anything. It's basically just acting. So the showreels are pretty good to get some help for the help. Like if you're not a good actor, then you can grab something like this and rip it off. May I ask why you made the jump north? Oh, just because of Ubisoft. I work here in Toronto at Ubisoft, so that's the big jump. They gave me like a full-time staff position, so I can stay here however long I want. Oh, on that note, since we're like watching stuff, let's watch Far Cry cinematics, because that's the game that I'm working on. Far Cry 6. Have you guys seen the villain? Pretty cool. So we have this Ubisoft forward where we kind of showcase what's happening, and let me okay. Let me know if the sound is okay. If not, I can increase. Oh, this is the game that I'm working on right now. Just for context, I'm not playing random games.
It's beautiful, amigo. Perfect, but useless. I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Breathe, Diego. Breathe. The pin simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me. Now. I am El Presidente, which means that someday you will be El Presidente. And our people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision, strangled by their own freedoms. And even if you have love in your heart, even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves, they will hate you, Diego. Everything you say, do, believe, will be wrong. They will answer you with screams, call you evil, a monster, and give you this. So you tell me, are you evil? Are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has 2 basic parts. Our people. And you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go
Watch more from Far
He's
Cry
from
6.
Breaking Bad, by the way, the villain. Yeah, that's the game we're working on. Um, oh, you knew it. You recognized the voice. Yeah, Chicken Man. Oh, it's Far Cry. Oh, who decided? What is that question about? Thanks, Sean. Good to see you. I'm not gonna talk about the game. Anything. It's just like I'm not supposed to because I signed the NDA, so we'll leave it there. Yeah, he's crazy good. I know. He's they were very like thinking about whom to put as a villain for Far Cry, and yeah, they finally found one, and nobody can do a good job as him, I guess. Gotta hop off. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks, JD. Talk to you later. Have a good weekend. Thanks for stopping by. You were about to ask a question. Sure, Sean. Go ahead. Yeah, today is all about questions and I'm answering. Not much. We're not doing much. So please feel free. Go ahead and ask anything you want. You know. And we are animation and send your real review. You guys know my email address, right? Any CG Spectrum or like CG Spectrum alumni, they can send it to me. To my email address so I can review. I need more like demo reels so I can kind of look at and go about it. Okay. About to ask a question. Do you know if your studio hires animators from outside Canada or states like EU nations, for instance? Yes, anywhere from the world. If you have good work, please feel free to submit and you will get hired. Like there is no like on their website they pretty much like they're telling you there is no racial discrimination. Anybody that wants to work for Ubisoft can totally apply, and yeah, they would, if you're really good at animation, they would even like sponsor your visa and then bring you. So totally. Any suggestions for digital artists just starting out in animation? Such an idle software program. Most used and maybe your favorite hardware in a process. I use Maya. I use Maya 2019, but at work I use Motion Builder because we don't use Maya over there. And then we have our proprietary tools, and then we do use game engines, Ubisoft game engines. So any suggestions for digital starting out in animation? So anyone starting in animation, I would say either you can use Maya or Blender. And most of the studios, I feel they use Maya, so Blender is not yet accepted, but that's free software and a lot of students use it and that's pretty good, so why not? And the one suggestion I would give any animator that is starting in the industry is be prepared to work long hours and then bring something new to the table, and always come with fresh ideas and enthusiastic to work for the industry, because people think something and when they come to industry they get disappointed. But I would say keep your passion like always strong. Like if you really like making movies, games, anything animation related, have that first. And my personal favorite, I actually like Maya compared to Motion Builder, even though at work I have to use Motion Builder. So yeah. Is the animation being done for the project being done with Maya? No, it's Motion Builder, Sean. It's Motion Builder and we have our own game engine, so yeah. Could I send you mine? It's not CG Spectrum though. Yeah, no worries. Okay, how do I give you guys the email? Let me put it here. It's this is my email. Bold. Can you read that? Or is it too tiny? You can send it like here to this email, and next week I can give you a review for your demo reel, even though you're not part of CG Spectrum. There are so many good software programs out there right now. It's so hard to choose. I mean, are you an animator? Like what is your interest? Based on that I can actually guide better. I see. Okay then. Yeah, I know Maya is widely used in animation film, AAA game industry. Yeah, what is that? Uncharted 4, Thief's End, I've done completely in Maya. I haven't used game engine on that. I mean, because we did only the cinematics cutscene part, right? So I'm currently building a desktop computer specifically for 3D rendering, animation, game industry, etc. Cool. I also know that the Blender is gaining traction with smaller indie mid-sized studios. That's true. I feel like Blender might have high potentials, but it's still hard to kind of compete with Autodesk Maya, especially that's been around for so long. Like if they build something better tools and stuff, then people will for sure transition into that. VFX or animation. Oh, motion builder, you mean? VFX or animation, which one do you recommend? I think I like VFX more, but I'm not sure. Riza, I mean, if you like VFX, stick with it because that's a pretty awesome one too. It's not that just animation is. I would say if you like VFX, my recommendation to you, fix to VFX and do some dope animation, like dope effects. And yeah, like your FX is what makes our animation up the notch, right? Just like overall, so stick to it. Good luck on that. Interesting. I wouldn't have guessed a motion builder, but that's good to know. Yeah, we work like entire Ubisoft, we work on motion builder. Now that we are in the pandemic, is it possible for me to telecommunicate to these AAA companies that would normally expect you to move and work in office? Well, at the moment, everything is remote, so you still can contact them. And even like because our borders are closed, like Canada is closed, not letting anybody come in and out of the country unless you are a citizen of Canada. But you still can apply and then they would still work with you remotely. And once everything is, the lockdown is done, then they would give you a flight ticket and you can just come here and work with us. So it is possible, but with this pandemic, yes, you will still work remote, but that shouldn't stop you from working with us. Because to be honest, when the pandemic started, we got a new hire and we never got to even like see him. Like we only met him on like whatever the Zoom calls. So we basically didn't even like welcome him properly. So could be you too. Like we would welcome you to the team, but like we wouldn't see you in person because of all the pandemic, whatever is happening right now. So you utilize Autodesk software mostly. Yes. I want to learn. You want to learn 3D animation? Are there jobs for story writing? Yes, there are jobs for story writing for sure. There are jobs in game industry story writing, or even like short films, anywhere. Story writers are important. Simon! Hey Simon! Good to see you. Hey Spectra, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Does, for example, Ubisoft do internships to people outside of Canada? Would they sponsor for internship? I'm not sure about that. Do we have internship? Yes, we do have internships. That's a good question because the previous interns that worked with us and they got hired. So there were one girl and one guy, and they both were interning when I joined Ubisoft. They both are Canadians actually. So I cannot give a specific answer on that, Simon. Let me go find out because internship is like kind of in an area, right, that they're gonna just sponsor you to bring all the way to Canada. So maybe that's not possible. But if they're hiring you as an animator, full-fledged with pretty good knowledge and experience, then you're definitely sponsored, but from outside of Canada. But for internship, I would say they would mostly stick to local people. But I can make sure and like get back to you on that. Wow, I just looked up Motion Builder. I didn't even know Autodesk still had that software package. Interesting, right? That actually looks very old compared to actual Maya. Like Maya has like a lot of tools developed and stuff. All good, just curious. Cheers. Thanks, Simon. Yeah, Simon, I mentor him, so I will answer him later. Why are these messages getting like I'm seeing them twice? I guess Restream is having some kind of glitch, I guess. What's interesting is that you can only buy Motion Builder. Screenwriters, script writers, and story writing jobs. I have no idea more than that. You can't rent it like Maya or Max. Oh. Saying it twice, being on the beer side, take it. No, like my here, like I should have put it right here. These are the things that I'm reading. So like I feel like they're like twice the messages are popping and then they're getting cleared out for some reason. Yeah, before I saw like it just 2 times the same message. Where can we get in contact with you except your email? I think at the moment you can only get contact of me through email. Sorry about that because pandemic first and 2 I teach online, so Online is the best bet. I think I go through everything. Yeah, so I was actually showing you guys this one, right? So this is like one acting Let's listen to.
So, I'm going to be taking Mom when she's done at the hospital. And she's going to come stay at my home. And I'm going to monitor her. So, I just wanted to tell you that. So, that's going to happen.
Well, I mean, you have been talking about it, and if it's what you want and what she wants, then I think that's fine.
Good.
Okay.
Fine.
Look, I just want to say that... Sorry, everything in my head sounds great, and then it comes out and it's really stupid. I just want to say that I'm sorry for the way I've been speaking to you and the way I've been acting towards you. You don't deserve it. It's not fair, and I don't know why I do it. I just get going, and I get on a roll, and I can't stop, and I know it makes you feel like shit, and that makes me feel good. And that's kind of fucked up. And I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm sorry, too. About some of the stuff that I said. Especially, the thing that...
Yeah.
The cunt thing.
I got it.
When I called you
yeah.
I didn't mean to call you a cunt. It just happened,
It's the same for me. It just comes out and it keeps going and going and going.
I didn't actually think you're a cunt. I just said it, you know what I mean?
I don't think you're a fuck up.
I am a fuck up. You were right.
Sorry for the language. Maybe YouTube is gonna beep it out. But anyways, this is like a transition of this actor goes in like starts off sad, then she kind of like goes into like realization that she has to apologize or whatnot, and then goes into like a really heated up argument. So like there's like this transition in that acting. I feel like all the animators would like really appreciate, and it's not that she's an awesome actor, but like what she's doing over there, like just sitting in one place and having all that emotion in one sitting is great. And as an animator, you can like push that further. I think you answered this question before, but if I submit a quick animation reel / clip, will you review it even though I'm not a student? Yes, I will review it even though you're not a student of CG Spectrum. I will give a very brief review because basically we are doing these streams to actually kind of show you guys that we have a very strong potential mentors here at CG Spectrum. And yeah, so we wanted to like kind of showcase and say that you're most welcome if you wanted to take the class. But yeah, like I'm still gonna give some free mentorship or like reviews for reels, so please feel free to submit it. What's your stance on swearing in showreels? I've only seen one video, to be fair, on that. What to include in performance pieces, but the person recommends to stay away from swearing, drugs, anything that might be considered offensive. Yes. You don't want anything swearing, anything to do with drugs, or anything on your demo reel. That's a good point, Simon. Yes, you don't want to, especially the reels. And because once they give that saying that swearing or like anything that has to do with drugs, people just gonna misuse that. So I mean, if you swear only you can do proper animation, like can showcase that. Not really, right? So if you want, you can like kind of beep that out and can show that emotion, or probably use like some other word or something, right? So yeah, but usually recruiters say stay away from swearing. So if anywhere like you're about to select a shot like this, then make sure that you beep that out so people know that, I know what happened there. It's a swear, right? Swear word, so cursing, so they don't want that. We'll do then soon. Yeah, sounds good, Sean. Yeah, that's one, and I think she has another. Gotcha. How about the shots? I think it should be okay. Usually, like, you know, where in the games you kind of rip the head off, then the T-Rex comes and rips another T-Rex head off. That's totally fine. Unless until, I mean, after Last of Us 2, that was pretty much like brutal how much gore they showed. So yeah, I think you can. It's fine. Do you review 11 Seconds Club winners so far? I haven't reviewed 11 Second Club winners, but if anybody have 11 Seconds animation, I would be more than happy to. Yeah. Okay, these are like some of the acting things that every animator would like kind of benefit out of. So
Hello, Miss Lindsay.
Mr. Oliver.
I do hope my reason for being here will bring you as much happiness as it brings me. I think, well, I know that we make a rather good match. Father has purchased me a commission in the Navy as colonel. That is the rank your bloodfather first purchased, isn't it?
Yes.
So I feel my career is now set. All that remains is, I cannot offer you a title, Miss Lindsay. For the next Lady Ashford, well, that title must fall to my brother's wife.
hold up, Tinkle made a really good point. You don't want to send the violent stuff to Disney and Pixar. I mean, Pixar would actually appreciate that. I like they're kind of a bit open about it, but I mean, still they don't make that crazy stuff. But yeah, you don't want to send them if you're kind of applying. Yeah, that's very important because you want to customize your reel to specific company. I think I spoke about this on the other stream. Any company that you're applying, if you're applying for games, so look into their history, go up to their website, research about them, what the history about the studio, what kind of games have they done, do they accept this, or will they get thrown away from what's happening on the reel? So target your audience, which is what pretty much the line that I use all the time is target your audience, and especially the studios are targeting their own audience, so we need to target that studio's audience too. You find those acting tests on web? Oh yes, these are like I was kind of researching online about like some acting shots, and yeah, these are some of them that I found, and I felt like this will be very useful for any kind of like character animating animators because there's so much of acting choices that you can take away, like small gestures, the head going down, when the head goes down, and how do they use their brows, eyes, all the small teeny tiny gestures. Hey Tinkle! Oh, sorry, I totally forgot to welcome you. I don't know enough good animation to for that though. Um, oh, no worries. You don't have to know good animation. You just can be an observer.
So I feel my career is now set. All that remains is, I cannot offer you a title, Miss Lindsay. For the next Lady Ashford, well, but that title must fall to my brother's wife. What I'm trying to say is I can without doubt offer you all that is due to Mrs. Oliver Ashford, and I trust that this would be acceptable to you. Since it would very much be my privilege, my honour, if you would agree to become my wife.
Oh, what if I should never find someone so incomparably suitable and...
She has so much eyebrow movements, like she talks with her brows, pretty much.
Dido, he understood me. And whenever he looked at me, I somehow felt right in this world. I am certain his affections were growing for me, and I am certain of my own love.
Oh, Beth, stop it. It is not love.
Dido, you stop it, won't you? You know no more of love than I myself, do you? Do you?
No.
What right do you have to name what I'm feeling than me? I've heard nothing from him since the ball, Dido. I was certain an announcement would be made any day. But he meant it this time.
Well, then he is not a man of his word. I will help you find the kindest, most wonderful of husbands, and I shall ask Papa to use a portion of my inheritance for your dowry.
You would do that for me?
Bet anything for you.
Dido. I have been of the mind state these last few days that it is my little means that has delayed James in making his approach.
I think you may be right.
Well, then I cannot thank you enough. Oh, I will tell Papa to write immediately to Lady Ashford.
No.
No?
James Ashford is not kind. He's not a man to give your life or your dowry to.
She's amazing.
Then your
Excellent
gift comes with
references for
conditions.
animators.
What then?
Well, I'm trying to make you see he is not appropriate.
Appropriate? The brother of the man you are to marry is not appropriate for me.
He doesn't desire you, Bet. At least even if he does, you would regret such a mistake. He laid his hands on me, Bet, in the most ungentlemanly fashion.
Why should you say such a thing?
The assembly rooms, he hurt me.
You are a liar.
Why would I lie to you?
I don't know. But can't you see? He would never touch you.
Bet?
You are beneath him.
I'm beneath him?
Yes, you are. You...
What? Tell me, what am I, Bet?
You are... illegitimate. Have you never wondered why you are not permitted to eat with our guests?
Very well done.
She almost laughed in the end.
Oh,
What's happening
what
to
if I
these
should never find someone
messages?
so incomparably suitable
no.
and wealthy?
What if he's suitable, but you do not feel yourself with him?
Oh, Dido, he understood me.
Right, it's like just
And whenever-
glitchy. Like the Twitch ones are gone.
Whenever he looked at me, I somehow felt better in this world. I'm convinced his affections were growing, and I feel certain of my own love.
Oh, Bet, stop it. It is not love.
Dido, you stop it, won't you? You have more of an idea of what love is than I do. Do you, Dido?
No.
Then what better right have you to name what I'm feeling than me? I've heard nothing from him since the ball, Dido. I felt
felt certain an accident would come any day. But he meant it this time.
Then he is not a man of his word. I will help you find the kindest, most wonderful of husbands, and I shall ask Papa to use a portion of my inheritance for your dowry.
You would do that?
Bet anything for you.
Dido. I have been of the mind these last few days that it was my little means that prevented James from making his approach.
I think you may be right.
And I cannot thank you enough.
Bet?
Oh, I should write to Papa immediately to tell him to write to Lady Ashford.
Wait. 6 controls on the eyebrows needed. I think you just need 3 controls on the brows. When you get a task to animate something, is the audio included? Yes, the audio is included. 4 is usually enough for brows. Yeah, 3 to 4 without breaking and the shape too much and getting too jaggy. Yeah, for the eyebrows. Yeah, 3 to 4. Like basically, you just need the inners, outers, mids, and if you have one extra, you can just like make that shape better. When you get a task to animate, is there audio included? Oh, in the industry, yes, we do have audio included, but for our own demo reels, when you have to work by yourself, then you find the audio and then you set up this whole scene. So, yeah.
No.
No?
James Ashford is not kind. He's not a man to give your life or dowry to.
So, for example, like right here, when the guy is talking,
James Ashford is not kind.
Like she's just so dead, right? So right here, the animators would go in and like little bit keep alive, because as an actor, like every actor is different in acting, right? So what are the things like she's focused, but then she just did that head move and a little bit of the dart and brow shapes would like emphasize it. So animators have that freedom to push the acting furthermore.
Why would you say such?
Oh, you meant for the actress? Yeah, her brows did some crazy stuff there.
Why would I lie to you?
Well, I don't know. But can't you see?
Like for example, to this actor and to her, like she's very expressive with brows. So it's up to you as an animator how you want your character to be.
You are beneath him.
I'm beneath him.
Yes, you are. You.
Like, look at those brows.
Tell me, what am I, Bet?
You are.
You may be right.
Well, then I cannot thank you enough. Oh, I will tell Papa to write immediately to Lady Ashford.
No.
Hey, Drone Skull! Is stop motion animation made with just clay?
James Ashford is not kind.
Stop motion is not just made with clay. You can make even with Legos. They're not made with clay, right? So stop motion is basically you are taking each and every frame, like, so it doesn't have to be just clay. You can even have just a normal object moving frame by frame and then have it like shot, so it'd be totally fine. I also think her eyes are always a little too widely open, so animators tweak that. Yes, everywhere possible, because you're kind of basing this as a general idea of like how the acting is, and then it's the animator's choice, acting choice, to either push or pull things from the acting choices, because it would look slightly uncanny on the CG characters. That's true. Yeah, if the CG characters are like so wide open and then you're seeing the whites, yeah. Have you seen Robot Chicken? It looks mixture of action, bigger parts, and clay. Yes, I did. Yeah, you can mix it and match.
Incomparably suitable and wealthy.
Let's move on to next actress. John Harris. I think my main problem with animation was with the blend shapes for facial expressions. Getting that right seemed like it took me longer than it should have. Facial animation, to be honest, is the most difficult one because facial being the most expressive one. Like you can get away with like some action shots like perk war or jump or like game attacks and stuff, but facial is the stuff that, especially 3D being very rigid, you want it to make it as much as organic as possible. So it is kind of difficult, I understand, but the more you observe the face and like how each and every people they use theirs, like for example, she just looked side and she's darting and then she uses that lip like before she even like said something, like right here she uses her lip, right? Like she kind of clenches it before she's delivering her dialogue. So those are the teeny tiny things an animator can catch it. If you're not observing, then you would be like, after she talks, she closes, and then she's like, right away talks, right? You don't add the texture in there. So that's very important for an animator to observe. So yeah, then that way you would have more fun in animating face. My favorite is always facial animation. I love it, and yeah, because it's really cool. There's so many natural macro expressions. Yes. Stop motion looks fun. Yeah, Drawn Skull, stop motion is fun. Have you seen, I think I've told you last time, Leica Studios, they do amazing stop motion films. They break the character and laugh, but they get back so fast. I'm amazed. Yeah. Can you make a demo animating an idol? Yeah, I'll do that next week because we are almost running time. We have another 5 to 10 minutes, so I'll try to kind of clip one of this and we will just animate on that. So because this is not from any movie, so it's okay to rip off. So we'll see what we can do with this. Tinkle, because we see faces all the time and expressions, so we are more attuned to catching what something feels off. When it's subtle animation, trying to keep things alive without feeling random like ice scattered. Yes. Yeah, the eye darts and like subtle things. Like when we do 3D, we kind of forget that we have to include all that things. This argument is getting heated up. Yeah. That's pretty cool, right? Like everybody did the same dialogue line, but in a different expressions. Yeah, what Tinker was making, that was a legit point. And then Drawn Skull stop motion looks like something I would invest in. Kubo, yes, Kubo is my favorite Drawn Skull. You do it very well. Sandy. Oh, I go by Spectra. Cool. Thanks. Cool. Thank you so much, Spectra. Cool, awesome. Some acting, right on. Thanks, Sebastian. Yeah, so yeah, I'll be ending soon, probably like 2 minutes. But let's animate next week. Today, it's been a bit stressful week at work, and then just taking it pretty chill this week. So I really didn't animate. So I just thought I would just get on here and talk a little bit about industry, answer your questions, give some insights about what's happening in the industry, what I'm working on, and share some experiences. So yeah. Hello. Hey, Rizwan. So yeah, today has been very casual. I hope I've answered all the questions, and if you guys have anything else, let me know, and I can again get back to you guys and answer them the next Q&A. And please feel free to send your demo reels to this email address down here, and I will give you one review, only one review per person. Yeah. When is the next Q&A? Next Q&A is next Saturday at 6 p.m. EST, 3 p.m. PST, Pacific time. I'm not sure about other countries, but I am in Canada, East side, so it's my time, 6 p.m. So yeah, feel free to join next week. Magnus. Animate figures. Cool. Monster Hell looks like stop motion a little. Have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks. Cheers, Sebastian. Thanks for stopping by. And happy animating. And if you guys are not animators and still on the stream, thanks for stopping by. As always, I'm happy to have you guys here. And yeah, let's help each other get to the industry and make some awesome games and movies. Cool. On that note, pause that. You're welcome. Welcome. All right. So I will end the stream. Have a great weekend. Take it easy. Stay healthy. And I will talk to you guys next Saturday. Until then, stay safe. Bye, guys.